Oh man, yeah, I forgot to put the sound on. That's okay. It's just a lot of humdrum sounds going on. Wow, welcome everybody. This is an epic stream we've got going here tonight. I'm just going to check over here on the YouTubes. We have 8 watching so far. I've had 4 watching the first week I came back on, then I had 9, and then I had 7, and today I've already got 8, and we're hardly into it. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce the president of WBP, Weekly Beauchart Productions, the president of Beauchart Productions, and the one and only Jim Beauchart. Welcome, Jim.
Yay! Hi, Gary.
Hey, how are you?
Doing wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's anytime, every time, as far as I'm concerned. As most of our viewers know, if you watch Thursday Night Live, and who doesn't, Jim is a weekly feature on Ken Herron's show. He does the Weekly Beauchart. So, how'd that all come about, Jim?
Well, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'll indulge you a little bit. Way back when I started with my very first little tiny drone, naturally you research things, you go to YouTube, and I stumbled on this guy named Ken Herron. And I started watching one of his over 1,000 videos. And I said, man, this guy's kind of funny. I could get along with him. I think I got the same kind of humor. And so I started watching more and more. And then I found out he had a stream. So I watched the live stream, and Kelly Green is always telling stupid dad jokes. And I said, you know what? I'm a dad, and I'm pretty stupid. I could do that. So he always said, send in a clip. So I sent in my very first one, and I actually did not watch it live, that episode, but I did watch it the next day on Friday. And I said, holy crap, he played it. And so I said, okay, well, I'll try another one. And then because of Philip Co-Shat, and his potty humor, co-shatting all over the place, when he saw my name, Beauchart, I think he said, holy cow, we've got a duo here. And so like I said, I sent in another clip, and he played that. And like tonight's going to be 30 weeks in a row.
30 in a row. Wow. This is my 35th live stream tonight. When I started, I was doing Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I was doing 6 o'clock at night. And then I transitioned to the handicapped, retired, and otherwise unemployed people at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And seems like everybody got a job and all abandoned me. So here we are again at 6 o'clock, and it's proving to be the magic hour. I've got 11 watching now. That's more than I've had in a month. So, I think if we get into a regular routine of the same time every week, then, people will start coming. But
I'm sure it's not because of me, it's because of the time slot.
Well, no, I think it was that magnificent thumbnail that we did. So,
yeah.
So this is, for those who don't know, this is the hour before the big show. So the idea was we'd come on from 6 to 7. You'll have from 7 to 8 to grab something to eat and an adult beverage or something, and then you'll be all warmed up for Ken Herron's Thursday Night Live. So, and he attracts an audience. What's he get, 400 or 500 every?
Yeah, the most on the live stream was when Danielle was the co-host. Got up for 700.
700. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But he's got 100,000 subscribers or something. You'd think he'd have a bigger audience, right?
Yeah, just 154,000.
Well, I've got 999,942 to go to get 1 million.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah, so we'll we'll get there eventually. I see Asgard Studios has joined us. Peter Carroll is here. Ron from RL Photography. Blind Neil all the way from not Blind River. It's Elliott Lake. Okie Tom. When Paul from Phantom Hodges Drone is here. Jody from Drone Shots. Mudball Creative. He's in the car. He's listening. He'll be able to watch us when he gets home.
Yeah, he's listening. Hi, Mr. Mud.
Oh, and Neil's gonna pop up once he's done eating. His most popular video of all time is him. Whoops, hold on. His most popular video of all time is him making a pizza, a frozen pizza. He got like 12,000 views or something.
Get out!
Oh yeah, on a frozen pizza.
He didn't even make it. It was already pre-made. He just threw it in the oven.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you seen any of those mukbang videos, Gary?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Somebody.
Neither do I, but I think I'm going to try it. That guy's getting thousands and thousands of views.
Oh man, it's the mukbang stuff and the ASMR, right? Somebody groaning and moaning or something into the into a microphone.
You take $100 into Wendy's and load up and just come to myself eat.
Or they'll do that sort of thing, right? It's a chip bag. That's supposed to be soothing. I don't know.
A full chip bag is soothing.
Yeah. Well, I got some chips in there. I could bang them down for you.
It just sounds filthy. Maybe that's why they get all the hits.
Yeah. Ron's asking if I sent a link. Yeah, Ron, I sent you a link about 15 minutes before we went on. But it takes you hours. Boy, it's the Postal Service in the States that's holding up the mail, the email.
Refresh the computer or restart your phone.
Yeah, it's the e-Postal Service. Yeah. Okay, and Asgard has sent it to you as well. So there we go. Everybody's climbing aboard. So
no, that's RSVP.
Yeah. So have you been flying lately, Jim?
I am hopefully going out shortly because Little Shart's buddy is now working in trees. So we hope to get some video of him working around cutting trees.
Oh, that'll be all right.
Yeah. I'll let him do that flying because he doesn't have a camera video, or a camera drone. He's just FPV-ing kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I'll let him use my Phantom.
Oh, that'll be all right. And you can get some ground shots with your Osmo.
Yeah. Get it looked after that way. Actually, right now, he might even be listening in the car too because he sent me a text. Somebody was advertising some FPV parts for $250. There's goggles and motors and 5 frames. So apparently it might even be $1,000 worth of stuff. This guy just wants to let it go. So
wow. He's off shopping.
He's off to go get it, and he says he's going to build me. So Jimmy might get into the FPV world.
Oh, okay. You're gonna go to the dark side, are you?
Well, for $250, you can't go wrong.
No, that's right. I'm a little old for that. I think I get motion sick if I'm the passenger in a car. So.
That's why I don't take baths anymore.
Oh, I don't know. I was talking briefly there about your Osmo Action or your Osmo Pocket.
Pocket 2.
How do you like that?
I love it. It's like I say, I take it with me all the time. I don't always use it. But the funny thing is, after I had it for about 2 or 3 days, Sylvia, my girlfriend, she got one too. So it's just so handy. And I was so questioning it because you only see this little monitor on the thing like that. How
Yeah.
can it get such good? It's the camera, man. It's not the digital screen that you see. It's the quality of the camera that DJI. You can't go wrong.
No, that's true, eh?
And
I've been looking at the not the Osmo, the Insta360 X2, which is a little thing that looks like a pill, and you could stick it to a magnet on your shirt, or you can stick it on the side of the car. There's just so many things you can do with it. But I'm a little leery because it's only 1080p.
Yeah.
With the Osmo Pocket or the Osmo Action, you're 4K, right?
Right.
Now the Osmo Action's a lot less money than the Osmo Pocket, but
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
I'm still looking at that portability. I've got an Osmo Mobile 3 that I don't use because if I'm out with my drone now, my phone is on the drone because my iPad doesn't work with the Fly app.
Yeah.
It works with the Go 4 app, but doesn't have the power to go with the Fly app. So my phone's tied up, so I can't really use the Osmo Mobile 3. So maybe that'll get sold, or pass it on to my daughter or my wife or somebody, maybe I'll be going either the Insta360 X2, the little pill sized thing, or the
What are those going for, Gary?
well, it's on sale this week for $3.99 Canadian.
That's
the Osmo Pocket is $4.59 US. So I'd be looking at what, $550 or $600.
Yeah.
So that kind of sways you too. Now, I edit all my stuff in iMovie. I haven't ever stepped up to the professional editing software, and iMovie only exports at 1080p. So 1080p isn't 4K isn't a hurdle that I need to jump over, right? Ah, thank you very much. That's nice.
Thank you for the gift.
That was from our meetup.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, going back to the camera though for a second, if you don't have to worry about the 4K, then maybe that smaller one is your ticket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be.
Me, I'm all about the quality. I just love 4K. The monitor I've got, that Jordan built this computer for me. It's a 4K monitor. You've got the big screen in the living room to watch television, high def. Everything is just.
Yeah. Well, I watched the video that I put out yesterday. I watched it on the TV, 4K TV, but it looks as good as broadcast television, and it's only 1080p.
Yeah.
So, and hey, it's my stuff. I mean, it's not great to start with. I shot 25 minutes. I couldn't believe how much flight time I was getting out of that Mavic or that Air 2S. I got 25 minutes of flight time there.
Well, the more there, I'm sure it helps.
Yeah, and it was a nightmare just cutting it down to 3 minutes. And look here, we've got another celebrity in the house, Mr. Ron Lockwood.
Celebrity.
How you doing, Ron?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing
Hi,
great.
Ron.
Doing really good.
Jim, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I watched you on Grumpy's show on Monday night. Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. That was getting to be a rant there.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Yeah.
He was all fired up.
I promised Gary I wouldn't drop any F-bombs.
Yeah,
You don't
Gary,
have to.
I still haven't gotten your email. I don't
Is
know
that
whether
right, eh?
it's held
Huh.
up at the border.
Yeah.
The one that Hugh sent me came like instant.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, your emails always come like hours after.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I've heard who was it the other Ray Ray Kelly
Mm-hmm.
sent me an email about 11 o'clock at night. Said I just got your email. Sorry I missed the show. That was for one that I was doing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
We Canadians, we might be a little slower, but we do it right.
Yeah. Jim, are you from Canada too?
Yeah, I'm only about an hour away from Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when we see each other on Ken's show in the chat, I always introduce him as "Hi neighbor."
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey neighbor.
And we had a chance to meet up there. What, 3-4 weeks ago?
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, and did a little flight around in a park near my place here, and so it was kind of good. It's good to meet up. And
where are you, Rob?
I'm in South Dakota.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, currently in 2 weeks I'll be in Wyoming. I'm moving.
Oh, you're moving to Wyoming?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be a local move. You're really moving, eh?
Oh no, Wyoming's only 45 minutes. I'm only 45 minutes from the eastern border.
Okay. Why did I think it was 2 states away? I'm probably thinking of Washington.
Yeah. But where are you guys at, or what part of Canada are you from?
Well, I'm on the west end of Lake Ontario, and and Jim is too. So
I'm about 15 minutes from Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah. And look here, there's Blind Neil.
Yeah.
How you doing,
evening, everybody.
Oh, we've got more people on the panel tonight than I've had on the show as viewers lately. So
Everybody hit that button.
yeah, we're doing okay. We've got 11 watching with 11 likes, so we're batting 1,000 here, which is kind of nice.
I was gonna say, Jim, I always enjoy your little skit you do for Ken every week.
Thank you. I
Your
appreciate
sense
that.
of humor.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let too much out of the bag, but next week I got. I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I haven't even done it yet, but I know it's going to be pretty funny.
How do you dream this stuff up anyway?
Well, like I say, tonight's going to be number 30. There's been about 4 of them where I've had some writer's block. And I really didn't know what I was going to do actually until I send it to him usually Tuesday night, because the link I send to him is only good for 2 days. And he works on his show Wednesdays and Thursdays. So sometimes I don't even record it and edit it until the Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
The one time it was like a Wednesday because, like I say, I was having so much trouble. But when I watch the show tonight, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to take notes. And if there's something, it's not like David Letterman. When you used to watch David Letterman and something was funny, he would repeat it about 62 times during the same show.
Yeah.
So that would be the joke. And, so sometimes I might carry that over.
Yeah.
But like I say, for next week, I've already got something going here, and I've never had that much of a pre-thought into the next week's show than I do for right now.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Ken said to say hi. When I was in the chat today, I said I was going to borrow you as the co-host, and he said, "Make sure you say hi for me." So
hi, future Ken, and don't forget to give Henry a squeeze. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Ken got an invite for this show. He's been on here a couple of times, but he didn't. Let me just see here.
Oh, he's got way too much crap going on tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hell of a busy weekend, and once again, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I'm waiting for the story on that car again.
Yeah, he blew up his car again.
Oh man.
He went to Maryland to pick it up. He got halfway back and it blew up. So we'll hear the story. We'll hear that story tonight too. So
that's how I actually got to meet him. He when he had his accident about 3-4 years ago. How long has it been? It's probably been like 3 years.
Yeah, I think so.
He was going up to because he's up from around the Philadelphia area where I'm from.
Yeah.
And he was going up. Matter of fact, it was Allentown, and anyhow, he was on his way up to see his mother for Christmas, and he was in a real bad car accident. He was life flighted out. He spent I don't know how many weeks in the hospital rehab, and then he actually did a video on. He went back to all the fire department, the ambulance, the flight crew, the hospital. He went back and thanked every one of them.
Yeah.
He drove back up there, and I'm like, you know what? In my line of business, we don't see that very much. So I wrote him an email one day, and I said, hey, Ken, man, best to you, man. I said, I told him what I did, and and I said, we don't see that much, so thank you. And just for kicks and giggles, he goes, hey, you want to be on my show next week? I'm like, sure. So,
Nice.
but
Yeah.
he still owes me. I told him he wants to come up because I live right near Mount Rushmore. And he said he's always had this inkling to fly a drone up George Washington's nose. And I said, well, I'll see what I can do to help you out there. But two things you got to do. I said, one, you have to bring the Inspire because I've never flown one. He goes, okay. And I said, you got to bring Dana with you. He goes, I'll see what I can do. You remember Dana,
Yeah.
your singer, yeah.
Yeah. We haven't seen Dana in years, I don't think.
Yeah, I like him. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's touring. So with Diamond Rio.
Yeah, Diamond Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They played here in Brantford a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I never got to, I'm not a country guy, so I didn't go, but yeah, it was kind of interesting to see it. Like they say, country western music. But no, he was, I guess he was in town. Ken is rotating guest hosts or co-hosts every week now, I think.
Really?
I guess because Kelly's busy playing tennis or something.
Kelly who?
I think somebody made a comment the other day. Kelly's busy playing with his balls. So there you go. Yeah. JSK Enterprises joined us.
Hey, good evening, JK.
Russell Glarham is in the chat. Yeah, so we're doing this is for me the big show. 12 watching, and that we're doing all right. We're doing great. So have you been flying, Ron, or are you just doing all the moving stuff?
I haven't flying my drone. It's packed up.
Yeah.
I'm going to be going through withdrawal here in about a week or so. I haven't touched it in like 3 weeks, but yeah, everything's packed up, even my computer, so I can't really do any really good editing. I did one video the day before I packed it up. I finished my video from the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you had a chance to see it, but turned out pretty good. Me and a friend of mine from here, we went into Wyoming and then went to Red Lodge, Montana, went up over the Beartooth Pass. We were up at 12,000 feet.
Wow.
And then went into Yellowstone, come out of Yellowstone went to southeastern Idaho, stayed with some friends. And then the next day we went to Boise, met the rest of the group and 6 other guys. And then we went on to the Washington and Oregon coast and went up to the Olympic Peninsula. And we were actually, we're in a little town called Sequim, Washington. And just 20 minutes outside there, we rode up to the water. It's like, there's the Canadian border. The only thing is we can't cross it. So, yeah.
You can't now.
Yeah, we're opened up now. So.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. You can come here, but we can't go there.
I think we can now, can't we? Didn't they open it up on the 24th or something? Or I don't
know. That Joe Biden fella says you foreigners can come.
That Biden fella.
I haven't been allowed in the States in like almost 30 years, I guess.
Oh.
I'm supposed to come up to Manitoba for a bear hunt. Matter of fact, next May, but that's not going to happen. I'm so far back down the line now.
Well, Ron, if you ever need a vacation, you should come up here to LA Lake. There's some beautiful friggin' cottages and stuff. You can rent canoes, you can rent boats out on most of the lakes. It's beautiful up here.
Yeah, they're still frozen over.
Yeah, I want to go up into Glacier again and then follow the mountains from Glacier out of the U.S. up into Canada, up into Banff and up in that area.
Yeah, Banff and Jasper both are very nice.
Oh, yeah.
I used to live in Alberta and went pretty regularly up Jasper way. I remember one day I was working. I used to call on car dealers, and it was a foggy day, and I was driving to this guy's place, and I pulled into the car dealership, and it was fog everywhere, and went in and sat down in the office and gave him the sales pitch and whatnot. I came out maybe half an hour, 40 minutes later, and it took my breath away. I had no idea I was in the middle of the Rocky Mountains. I came out and there was this giant mountain in front of me like I'd never seen before. I didn't see it coming in because it was all covered in fog, but man, it's breathtaking. It's something to behold, that's for sure. I see Ari from Remote Pilots Australia has joined us. He's just got over some surgery. I hope he's at home and resting and not out raising hell. He's got to take his time getting back.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't open up his house, open up my border to Americans either.
Those guys down under, they don't know how to take it easy.
Yeah, he says he's doing really well other than his propensity to continually overdo it. And that was what I was worried about is tying that guy down. He's a whirlwind, that's for sure. So
that's another place I'm trying to get to. Matt North was supposed to come over last year for Sturgis.
Yeah.
And he just said, I'm not going to chance. I think he couldn't have came anyhow, but because of the lockdown. But yeah, he maybe next year. I don't know, but I'm going to go over there and then I'm going to terrorize him and Ari and Jim Jackson and Peter Carroll.
Yeah, that's a good bunch down there. That's a really good stream to watch on Friday night for us. Yeah. There's another one here that I want to mention that's really underrated. And pardon me if I step on you there, Jim, but Jim Beauchard has a channel where he goes over what goes on behind the scenes of the Weekly Beauchard. And I think he got 56 subscribers, Jim?
Yeah. 5, 6.
And I find it entertaining just to see it every week. You've got 12 now that you've done of the 30?
Yeah, 12 of the 30 have posted on my channel.
Yeah. And you know what? It's a lot of fun just to watch and see Jim explain what goes on behind the Weekly Beauchard. So if you get a chance, let me just going to copy this. And I'm going to paste, if you don't mind, I'm going to paste it. There's the link to Jim's channel, just going into the chat now. And if you get a chance, go over and take a look. And if you like what you see, click the subscribe button, just like you did when you came over here. And and there's a bell there. You can ring that, and you'll know when he's up. So
yeah. I think I might be getting another one out tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
Jim, I just hit the button on you.
You're the greatest, Ron.
Hold on. What about me?
You're the greatest, too.
I subscribed before he did. Come on.
You're the third greatest.
AZ Drone Dude's number 60. So That's great.
Oh, look at that. Woo!
Woo! You know,
All right.
You've got
the royalty checks.
start cashing in.
Yeah, make it
Well,
rain.
You know, I've lost 40, so you've gained 60. So between us, we're up 20. No, I was saying to Jim earlier, I hit 1,000 subscribers in 2020, and I was up to 1,020 or something, and now I'm down to 960.
Really?
Or so. You know, but I think some of that comes down to me not putting out any content. I don't fly through the winter at all. My body, that finger there just doesn't work, so I can't pinch or thumb in the winter. So you know, I put out the live streams. So maybe I should fly more in the summer. What happens when I fly in the summer is I fly, put in 25 minutes of flight time, spend an hour trying to jam that down into under 3 minutes, and then post it. You know, whereas I don't bank anything. You know, it'd probably be a better idea to put some in the bank and post it later. But you know, it takes too much forethought.
I almost feel like I'm in a timeout with my drone taken away. It's not taken. I packed all my really important, expensive stuff over to my buddy's house, and
Yeah,
he lives about 10 minutes from where I'm moving to, and I won't be able to fly it for it's probably a better part of a month.
well, if he sells all your good expensive stuff, he'll have enough money to move away, and you'll never see him again.
Probably. I've got my Harley, my 4-wheeler, probably, I don't know, 20 to 25 guns, all my camera equipment, drones. Yeah.
The Canadians are all cringing. 20 to 25
and Elvis
guns.
and the boys.
Holy jeez.
There's our guns right here. One on each side.
Yeah.
Holy lifting.
Don't you have Elvis and the boys there too?
What's that, Neil?
Don't you have Elvis and the boys there too?
Oh, yeah, the boys are over there. Elvis, Victor, and Matthew are over there. Yeah. Those are all my deer heads.
The deer heads, yeah. Very good. And Copper State Ariel says every time he posts a video, he loses 2 or 3 subscribers.
Oh, here, Gary, you and Jim will like this. Maybe all 3 of you, if you're from Canada. My friend that I have my stuff at, he's disabled and great guy though. He's a super friend, but every once in a while he kind of gets things a little mixed up. And I thought we were in agreement that he was going to drive to my house because I needed his truck to haul all, my stuff. I had my truck, my trailer, and my buddy's car. And he somehow got mixed up and said, I called him at 4:00. I'm like, Don, where are you? He goes, where are you? You were supposed to be here. And I'm like, no, you were supposed to be here. But anyhow, it got all mixed up. So I'm like, we'll figure it out. I had my motorcycle over at a Harley dealer about 10 miles from his house. And I said, listen, just meet us there because I'm going to leave Ryan's car there. He's going to ride my motorcycle up to your house. I'm towing the trailer in my truck, and we'll put all my guns in your truck. So the Harley dealer is closed. I called them and said, I'm coming over. And they worked out a little thing where they put the motorcycle out back. They locked it up and they hid the key. And they said, just come and pick it up. I paid for the service over the phone. But anyhow, we backed the trucks up right in front of the front door. And there I am under the surveillance camera transferring all these guns from one vehicle to in front of a closed motorcycle dealer. I'm like, I better call them tomorrow because, in the event something happened there, they're probably like, yeah, look at all these guns.
Like a bad episode of Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Or a good episode.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's good stuff. I remember my episode with the closed circuit camera. We were coming back from Laconia, New Hampshire on motorcycles, and my buddy, who's also my dentist, had an old. It's like an '84 Goldwing, beautifully restored, custom Goldwing. And they have a key that you have to open to get at the gas tank, right? So we stopped and he couldn't get the key to open the gas tank thing. And he said, "This is a problem." He said, "I don't need gas right away, but my passport's in there to get back into the country." So I said, "Well, the next time we come to a gas station or somewhere, we'll stop." Well, we rode half an hour or so. The next thing we stopped at was the duty free, just before you get to the border. So we pulled over. They had a Tim Hortons there. So I went into Tim Hortons and I got a straw. And while I was in there, he was taking the tank part and the seat off the bike and got his passport out. And I said, "Well, let me try and see." There's a piece of plastic, the little flap that goes over the lock to keep water out. That had broken off and fallen down inside. So I took the straw and I was trying to suck the little piece of plastic out of the lock. Right? Innocent enough. We get to the border and he lets him and his brother go through, the two guys I'm riding with. And he said to me, "You pull over there."
Oops. Bend over and say,
I pulled over, and they said, "Give us the keys. You stand over there." They wouldn't let me near the bike. So, okay. Canadian Border Services. So they proceed to go through everything on the bike. They're pulling my underwear out of the bag and everything out. And then they called me over. They said, "You're good to go." I said, I said, my wife used to work for at that time, I said, "My wife works for Border Services." And they said, "Oh yeah, who's your wife?" And I told them, and they went, "Oh yeah, we know Vicky." Yeah. I said, "Why was I pulled over?" He said, we had surveillance footage from the. He says, "Looked like you were snorting something off the tank of the other motorcycle." I said, "Really?" Yeah. He said what was it? The not no frills. He says they alerted us that there was some suspicious activity in the parking lot and that we should check you out. I said, "Oh, great." Yeah. So we ended up getting into Canada, no problem. Then we went probably 20 minutes, half an hour, had to pull off and take the motorcycle apart again to put gas in it. So, yeah.
That's scary though. I got searched like that once on a military base. Oh my God, it was the scariest moment of my life. I'm living in California and I'm working on an Army base it was about 2.5 years as a civilian contractor. We did life flight for the U.S. military, and we were allowed to hunt on the military base. You could get a license and permit and everything. Well, the week before, I'm out hunting deer, and I always carried a .22 pistol with snake shot in the pistol, just because there were so many rattlesnakes out there. And I'm out there the week before, and I hunted till last minute. It's getting dark. I had a 2-hour ride home, and this is very non-typical of me. I'm very gun safety, but I just took my pistol, threw it in my backpack, threw everything in the truck I had, unloaded my rifle, and I go home. Well, the following week, I go back there, and I could have firearms in my car on the base. There's no long as they're unloaded. And the day that I worked for 2 days and then I get off work, I was going to hunt for a couple more days and stay there. Well, anyhow, I went to the range first. the range is actually, you have to go through the security, the range control. And I would out, made sure the gun was still sighted in. And then when I'm coming back through to return the keys to the gun range, there's all these cops and MPs standing there. And I'm like, I wonder what this is all about. And I pulled up and this guy goes, hi, he said, we're doing a anti-terrorism checkpoint today. He goes, do you have a problem complying? I'm like, no. I said, I'm sure I don't have a choice to begin with. I said, no, I don't have a problem with it. And I said, hey, just FYI, I said, I have a rifle in the car. It's unloaded. The ammo is separate. Here's my hunting permit. Here's my hunting license. The guy said, thank you very much. He said, appreciate that. He goes, what I'm going to have you do is open up your hood. I had a Jeep, 4-door Jeep Wrangler. And he said, I want you to open up your hood, your back gate, all your doors. And there's an officer over there. I want you to go over and stand with him. So I'm standing over there and I'm gabbing with the other cop. And all of a sudden, this guy, he's pulling everything. Yeah, going through, all my stuff. Yeah, everything from underwear to, And all of a sudden, he stops and he turns and he looks at me. And I'm like, I'm not sure I like that look. And then he motions another officer to come over to him. And then they both turned and looked at me and I'm like, oh, nothing's good's going to come out of this. Something's wrong. He comes walking over to me and he goes, sir, we have a little problem. I'm like, I told you about the rifle and everything. I'm like, his rifle doesn't concern me. The loaded concealed pistol in your backpack, that does. And I'm like, ooh. So I'm sitting there thinking, I've got a loaded pistol concealed, no permit for it. And I'm on a military base. I'm going to go away for a long time. I told him, I said, I have no other excuse other than being a sloppy idiot. And I told him my story. I said, it's a 22. It has snake shot. He goes, I'm well aware of what it is and what's in it. He goes, I need you to step over here. And I'm like, all right, this is where I get bent over the hood. He actually pulled that gun out, handed it to me. And I said, I need you to unload it. I was shaking so bad. I had to hand it back to him. And I said, I can't control this. You need to do it. I was so nervous. And I think he realized this guy screwed up and he just, it was a very silly mistake. But he unloaded it and then handed it back to me. And he said, have we learned a lesson today? I'm like, oh, you have no idea.
Oh man.
But and he was one of the main MPs there. But he, and every time I went to work every week, I had to go through the checkpoint. I still saw this guy 6, 10 times, and every time he'd see me, how you doing? Oh, how are you?
I remember you.
I remember you.
And you shake your that moment.
Shake your finger at him, not your pistol.
Yeah.
And the lesson we learned is always put your gun in the holster.
Well, that, and when I got home, I should have put it in the gun safe instead of leaving it in my backpack. I just come home, put everything in my gun room, and yeah, it was sloppy.
A room, Gary, a room for your guns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A room for your guns.
And always unload, Ron.
Yes.
That's what she said.
It's so different, the U.S. and here. I when I lived in Nevada, I was pulled over for speeding once in this little town, and it was in the middle of nowhere. And this little tiny town was known for meth, for hookers, for all kinds of problems.
Yeah,
and this state trooper pulled me over, and he said, "Sir," he said, "do you have any firearms in the car?" And I can't remember the name of the town. It started with an M. But I said, hey, I'm in the middle of this town. It's 9 o'clock at night, and I'm by myself. What do you think? Okay. He says, but see, we can do that down here in certain states. In other ones we can't. But I knew Nevada I could get away with that.
Yeah. That's so foreign to us. There's no reason to have a gun here, unless you're going hunting, right?
Yeah.
I have 2 guns up on the wall. One's a 22, and the other one's a sort of legal pellet gun. But the 22, the 22, the bolt is out in the ground somewhere. You couldn't take it down and fire it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
The pellet gun's a single shot with a kind of an illegal spring in it that gives the air a little more compression than it's supposed to have. But
Oh, that's no big deal.
well, no, it was modified to kill gophers when we lived in Alberta. You know,
I always just use ram heads for those.
yeah. So,
Flathead to the eyeball.
But Gary, it took me a while to get used to that too. I came from California, originally from Pennsylvania, but when I come from California out to South Dakota, and when I go out in the four-wheeler where I'm at, we got a lot of mountain lion, so I'm always carrying. And I had a shoulder holster, and I'm like, there was a little meat market down the road for me, and I pulled in there, and I went into the meat market, and I'm in there for about 5 minutes, and I realized, like, oh crap, I still have my gun. And I told the lady behind the counter, I said, ma'am, I am so sorry. She goes, for what? And I said, I forgot to take my pistol out. She goes, I don't care. I'm like, oh, okay. If you don't care, I don't care. And then I walked outside. There's a state trooper sitting in the parking lot, and he's radaring traffic. He looked over at me and waved, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess I'm in South Dakota. I can relax.
wow. I don't think there's any instance where you can carry a handgun anywhere in Canada, is there? No.
If you're going if you're going hiking and you're like in bear territory, you are allowed.
Yeah, you'd have to have a permit though.
Yeah.
You have to have a permit, and then when you're in your car, do you have to have your ammo and guns separate, locked up separate, correct?
Most likely.
I don't know.
It's something we don't investigate because we don't do it.
I'm a blind guy. What the hell do I know about firearm laws?
No, it's
the scary thing is I do know a blind guy in the U.S. who has firearms, who goes out and uses them on a regular basis. And he's allowed to.
Really?
Yikes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but a blind person and a firearm, it doesn't matter how good they are, it doesn't matter how much training they've had in the past, just not a good idea to go together. Just firearms and eyesight are just things that need to go together.
Helps.
We're Canadians. Whenever we see trouble, we just say, "Here, take it." We don't want it.
Yeah.
So they don't even have to pull. Just take my money, please.
Let me show you.
Me, it's I was one of those people that had to fight to keep everything I owned.
Yeah.
Let me show you this. You were showing money. Let me just quickly show you that. Anybody recognize that guy?
Is that Hossein?
That's Saddam Hussein. This is from this is 25 dinars from the Central Bank of Iraq.
Oh yeah, your son just got back from there.
Yeah. So a little souvenir. They don't use this currency anymore. So
no, he's not around.
It's just paper.
Brand new. So
smoke a blunt with that shit.
That's a collector's item. I'll keep that one. Yeah. So we're closing up here in 8 minutes. Anybody got anything else that they needed to talk about? Ron, you're an expert with the action cameras. What are you using now as a camera for on the ground?
I use two. I absolutely love them both. My Osmo Action,
yeah,
and my Insta360 X2. I love them both.
The X2 is that little one, eh?
It's the one. No, that's the the Insta 360.
360 Go. It's a Go.
Go. Yeah.
Are you gonna get the 360 drone?
360 drone. I know
There's a drone for your 360.
Really?
You can put your 360 into it, and
I got Dennis Lovelady interested. He ended up buying the Insta 360 X2, and he does 3D printing as well. And he built a bracket. Dennis come up to visit me about 6 weeks ago. Him and his wife. Oh my God, we had a blast.
That.
Yeah. And,
He's right at the sushi or all the
yeah, we went to the Japanese steakhouse. But Dennis made a bracket for his Mavic 2 Pro and has taken it out. I don't know. It kind of acts kind of squirrely. I've tried it. I have a bracket for mine too. It's kind of squirrely, but
well, it's what I've seen. It's like by that much big. Like it's a little shell. Like you just put the 360 in the middle of it.
Yeah. If you go back, Gary, 2 videos ago of mine, that I did 2 videos of that trip to the Pacific Northwest. The first one was just the camera mounted on the bike, and I just used nothing but the footage for that. And then the second video was all my stuff with the both my Sonys and the drone.
Yeah.
But they do a great job. They really do.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny Drone Flyer.
Yeah, I'm torn between the Insta 360 Go, a little one, and maybe an Osmo Pocket. You know, I need something that's really portable. But I don't know. The Pocket's a lot of tech too, eh? Like
really.
The nice thing about that little one or an Osmo Action. As a matter of fact, I just bought a magnet kit. It has the what do you call it? The GoPro like attachment, where you can put either the Osmo Action. I can put my 360. I can mount it to the car, on the roof of the car. Where that Osmo Pocket, you got to be very careful. You can't be going down the road even on a bicycle. I think you get too much wind on it.
Make sure you have something attached to that.
Oh yeah.
Because those things I've heard don't always stay on so well.
Yeah,
they don't. Yeah. This magnet though, it takes a little bit of grunt work to get it off. It's strong.
Electromagnet.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't fry your card.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing what they've got that's magnetic now. I mean, iPhones, they have magnetic mounts for iPhones. You'd think that'd screw up. Back in the day, you couldn't put a magnet near anything, right?
Yeah. I've got a magnet on the back of my phone.
Yep.
That's for the Osmo
Mobile 4.
Yeah.
I've got the 3, and I just find it's cumbersome to haul around. And I've usually got my phone on my drone when I need it for the Osmo 4 or the Osmo 3, Mobile 3. So,
hey, Copper State Aerials.
I'm going to go a different direction, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're coming up to the top of the hour, so I'm going to call it here pretty soon. Ken is coming on in an hour with the weekly bow chart, which about 20 weeks from now we'll see it on his channel.
Good one.
Well, he's at 12 now, and this is the 30th one tonight, right?
I'm going to run and hurry up and do them all.
No, one week at a time is good. I can only take so much bow chart at a time. So,
me too.
Yeah. So we'll do
Jim,
the bow.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Jim.
And Neil, thanks.
Thank you all. Thank you all for coming in, and thank you all for subscribing, for liking. I seen 12 likes and 13 watching. We're this is a landmark night for me. Yeah, I got more likes this tonight than I had in the last 3 weeks. So
Awesome.
I think what we're gonna do is
Now that you got good audio, now that you got the good people in, look at that.
yeah, and I think we've got a better time slot. Ari's been able to get up early and see us first thing in the morning there in Australia. We're late in the UK, but not that late, and so it's I think maybe a better time slot. And
Your Eastern time, Gary, right?
yeah, this is 6 o'clock Eastern. Well, it's just coming up to 7 o'clock now.
Yeah. If you were on, gosh, I want to say like noon my time. I'm Mountain time.
Yeah, so I was on probably 11 o'clock Mountain. So it would have been 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central, 11 Mountain, 10 Pacific. So I was missing, I was on early in the evening in the UK and Europe, but they weren't watching anyway. so we're in good shape at 6 o'clock. So we're going to do this next week again. 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 Central, 4 Mountain, 3 Pacific, early in the morning in the UK in Australia, and
Yesterday,
I think at midnight. I think we start at midnight in Europe, and 11 o'clock in the UK. So so it'll be we'll make this a regular thing. I want to thank you all so much for stopping by in the chat, and Ron and Neil and Jim as a co-host. That was really nice to have somebody to bounce stuff off of.
Nice talk.
Yeah. Available on Teespring, and if you use hold on, there's a promo code. Hang on. I got a promo code. There you go. If you use the promo code 10 for you, 10 for you, 10 FORYOU, you get 10% off. 10 for you. So we've not had a lot of success on Teespring. The only person who ever bought a Teespring a shirt from me on Teespring was Rick Halber, and
Really?
well, I'm going to do it.
I swear Rick had one of everybody's shirt. Anybody that was on Teespring, he bought one.
I'm waiting for my Grumpy Vlogger T-shirt.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I also have a COVID T-shirt that's available on Teespring. On the back, it says "Stay back 6 feet" or "Stay back 2 meters." There's a metric and an imperial version in men's and ladies. So,
I was going to tell you a COVID joke, but you probably won't get it.
Hopefully.
Very good. Okay. Anyway, thanks again, everybody.
Bad joke.
Do what you can to be kind to somebody today, and we'll see you all on Thursday at 6.
All right.
All right.
Take care, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Okay. Bye-bye.